Today we'll be talking about skill versus knowledge. What I mean by skill is mechanics, and a lot of people argue about which is better. And honestly, I feel that knowledge is a bit better than skill or mechanics. And the reason why I think that is because this you can always train up your mechanics, just keep playing and playing over and over again. While knowledge sometimes can take where knowing how to do something might take forever. Like when I first started playing, I didn't know how to last hit at all, and this is when I was like in silver when I first started, and I progressively took me I think over a week to do to even know how to last hit, and that's where the mechanics starts coming in, and in between I think. Okay, hold on. Let me just set it up real quick. So, people say if just by raw mechanics alone, you should be able to get to platinum, and if you're just having knowledge, you should be getting to gold. And I somewhat agree with that. But then let's test out this scenario. If you were having, let's say, basic knowledge of the game and with great mechanics, you should be getting with platinum or even diamond. And the flip side with knowledge, with more knowledge of the game, and like okay mechanics is decent, and we'll be using gold as decent knowledge, gold level, and this would get you around. It's probably low platinum. The reason why is because mechanics in the game actually does a little bit more for you than the actual knowledge of the game, which is a bit weird, but I still feel like knowledge is better. A quote from Einstein is information is not knowledge. So if you just, let's say, you just read over, oh, this champion is better than that, well, that is not true. Like, it's that information is not knowledge. Like, all you know is that, let's say, Caitlyn outranges Vayne, and that beats Vayne Lane, I mean. And yes, you know that information, but what will you do about that? Like in that lane in particular, or in that setup, that if you don't know how to play Caitlyn, or play Caitlyn to her fullest, that information will do nothing for you. It's not knowledge yet because you haven't used enough. Knowledge is something that you come from experience, I would say, from playing the game or the matchup over again. And another quote from Leonardo da Vinci is, "Where there is shouting, there is no true knowledge." And I know a bunch of people in solo queue get very mad and start raging. And I think keeping a level-headed feel for this will help you and your team for solo queue. Anyways, that was kind of a sidetrack. But when you get mad or anything, whatever you do is going to be decreasing whatever you think. So your knowledge will become, or yeah, your knowledge will decrease, and your mindset is almost gone. And that's about it for knowledge, at least I think. Or yeah. And also another good example for like just knowledge is people like Draven, Ezreal, Thresh, Zed, people like that. People who are, you have to actually know how to play them, or know who they are in a sense of a champion, to actually play them. And that does what comes where, well, your mechanics will come from. And mechanics will come from usually just practicing over and over and over again. Kind of like knowledge from your experience. So they actually go in hand, in my opinion. Knowledge and mechanics go hand in hand, and that's why you see like Diamond 1 or LCS people always doing really good most of the time. It's because they know how to use their mechanics and knowledge and put them together into that. And some other examples of just easy kind of skill-oriented champions that doesn't take like much knowledge or much skill at all are some people like Ryze, Annie, Master Yi, Sona, someone like that. I tried to do it for on every lane, but I couldn't. Sorry. But those kind of champions are very easily skilled, and all you need to know is just the knowledge of where to do things. And that's kind of like the opposite of Draven, Ezreal, Thresh, where they depend on more skill shots or they have a very high mechanical playing style, which is you have to have now knowledge and the mechanics. Hence, like, you need to have knowledge of that champion, and then mechanics will follow too. And quote from John Ruskin: "Skill is the unified force of experience, intelligence, and passion in their operation." And that, what I think that means, at least into League, is where mechanics and skill are almost the same, but a little different. Skill is from knowing, or what I just said is like from the experience of playing the game and the intelligence of the game, and just the raw passion. And you will see that the mechanics is just to say you can play Draven. You can play as you're like with almost perfect degree of mechanically you can play. But if you don't have the knowledge of playing, like of know where to go, where to do things, like it's almost useless to have all that skill but nothing to put it against. And I mean skill is, I think everyone should be working on their skills, but knowledge, in my opinion, it comes a little bit before the mechanics. Like you need to know how to do this and that, and then once you know what to do, in a sense, and you have the knowledge of how to do it, when to do it, you will get, like, your mechanics will just come about after practicing. So I guess practice is #1 key. Anyways, this is my little thing about skill versus knowledge. Have a good day, everyone. Good luck on your next game, and bye.